Hi everyone, I hope you enjoyed last week's session with Steph. It's Amy again from Senploy, and last week we discussed the education journey from Steph's perspective, and I hope you found it really insightful. And today we're going to be discussing how Steph, as a young woman with a physical disability, can access the community and why that's so important to her. And our aim here is really to reach out to anyone out there who does encounter challenges on a daily basis due to a disability of any sort, be it physical, mental, hidden, learning, so that people can really resonate with Steph's story and find inspiration to believe and do whatever they want as far as is possible. So, and also looking really at how key worker support is so invaluable to enabling people to access the community and to really have sort of activities and extracurricular within their everyday life. So, hi Steph.
Hi again everyone. Thanks for all your support. But I believe it's getting good reception on social media, so hoping we can carry on these sessions.
Absolutely. I think last week's video has had over 3,500 views so far. So I'm really proud of obviously people are tuning in, which is great.
Yeah.
So long may it continue. So Steph, let's talk about accessing community, because I know you're a massive people person and that's what you really love to do. So what does it mean to you to get out in the community and to meet people?
Well, to me, it's really important. It's a big part of my life, and it's a big part of what I do. Like, I'm not just one of these people, you know. Many people just think, you know, you've got a disability, you know, you've just got to sit back and watch life pass you by, but I'm not like that. There's plenty of opportunities out there, whether it be outdoors or in your work life, or your professional life, or your personal life. But I just think, you know, we only get one shot at life. You know, I think you just should live it to the full. I'm not a wallflower, so I like to go out and about, and like, I'm just an average 28-year-old, you know. Just because I've got a physical disability doesn't mean that I'll let it get the better of me.
Absolutely. And I think we're realising now, Steph, that we don't let anything hold you back. But obviously we've all been in the midst of this horrendous situation of having COVID, and there's been so many changes that we've all had to adapt to. So how have you been affected by COVID in terms of accessing the community and having that sort of social life that you're used to?
It's been really hard. As a young disabled woman, I've found it really challenging, like, because of all these restrictions and stuff. You so like, I like going out for like a drink, maybe a cocktail or a pub lunch or something, and I like to go on like day trips to explore different parts of the country, or to go on holiday to explore different countries of the world. So it's been really difficult, and obviously with my vlogging side, that's been difficult as well, because like I mentioned before we got into the SEND side, I went around doing businesses. That's where it sort of set off from sort of being launched from 2018, where I do everything as a hobby, and that was a big part for me, because I was getting out, meeting different people, talking to them about their business, both highs and lows, different events, and I made some real nice friends from them, made them really important connections. But like, since COVID and restrictions, I haven't been able to do that. So, but I had to like think outside the box, so that's why I thought of like the Ascend initiative, and now I'm able to go further afield because now I can do things virtually. So that's it's given me that push to like take this initiative now to a national standard.
Yeah, and I think that's where good comes out of bad, and it's enabled you to access the whole of the UK, the whole world virtually. And I think that's the benefit of what's come out of this whole nightmare that has been COVID. And I suppose if we look at, you know, the community in itself, and the local authorities do provide centres and that sort of thing, don't they, for individuals to access within the local community, for people to go to with any sort of disability. And it gives people that outlet to, as you say, to go and meet friends, and to socialise, and just have that little sense of you know, normality to do that sort of meetup. And that's what's really been missing. So I'm really pleased you've been able to find some sort of outlet with your business focus, with your the Send initiative that you're doing. And I think that's really going to help a lot of people. Yeah. So let's just talk now, Steph, about when we are back out in the community and we're able to have the freedom to do what we want to do, which fingers crossed isn't going to be too long away. What help and support do you need when you are out and about?
Obviously, I need somebody to drive me around, you know, because I can't drive. So I need someone to do that for me. And basically, I need someone to help push my wheelchair and stuff, and like to cut up food for me. But basically, that's all I need, really, because I'm just like an average 28-year-old, you know. I'm like, I'll be like your friend, and like, I'll be like your mate, where we could just talk about girly stuff, we could talk about boys, relationships, music, things like that. So it's just, I'm just the average person. I just need assistance with certain things that other people, that able-bodied people don't.
Okay, and I suppose in that sense, there are a lot of people that maybe do need a lot more support when they're out and about than what you do, Steph. So just thinking about that and your experiences, how do you feel that people's lives can be made a lot easier when they're out and about? Anyone that does have a disability, as I say, any sort of disability, how can their lives be made easier?
Well, I think it can help a lot. Obviously, you've got to take in mind that people have different variations of disability. People will need more support than others. But saying that it's a universal thing, I think it's really important for anyone to access the community, because it sort of unlocks the key for them to do other things, like to meet other people and to experience these things. So they're not just in the four walls or something, or they're not just in a day centre or a care home or whatever, you know, there's life outside there, and they should be able to live that to the full.
Absolutely, Steph. And I think if we think again about sort of the attitudinal barriers that potentially you could come up against when you're out in the community, that must be quite a difficult one to have to counteract as well, when people are quite ignorant to your needs. So that's obviously something that you probably have to consider on a day-to-day basis before even maybe stepping out of the door. But in terms of people with physical disabilities, special educational needs and disabilities, how do you feel that a support worker and that role that they do enables children and young people to access community and enjoy social activities, and why is that so important?
I think anyone who's considering going in to have a career as a support worker has got to realise that it is challenging, because, like we've said many times before, people have different various needs. They may have behavioural challenges. So it's quite challenging, but it's also quite rewarding, because, like, again, you're that big. You've got to imagine that that person has been maybe locked in the four walls for quite some time, quite so many years, and you're sort of like the key to that locked door, and you're providing an outroad for them. obviously, I'd like to talk about when I was a child, of a little girl in the bathroom, because, like, you know, I was mistreated by someone who was meant to be looking after me. This went on for many years, and they were quite clever, you know, because that's what abusers do. They like turn the thing on you, so they make it sound as if it's your fault. So, like, you're scared to talk to anyone, and that really affected me for like many years. I will talk about it more in like week 4, like my transition to adulthood, but it like really affected me for many years, and it was only until I started accessing the community more that I came out of that shell and believing, and I started to disbelieve all the negative, horrible things that my abuser would say and do to me.
That's horrendous, Steph. So confidence-wise, you've been knocked, haven't you, so severely throughout your life, but still you've got this lust and passion for wanting to just get out there and defy anyone that ever gets in your way, which I think is just so brilliant. And this is what I'm really keen to do, and I know you're keen to do, is to enable people to really learn from your own experience, to benefit themselves. And I think that with the SEND Butterfly initiative that you are running, people can access real life situations through yourself and learn how to deal with those. So I think it's fantastic what you are doing. And I'm just wondering, Steph, how, in your opinion, how can we get more people looking at working in SEND or working as a support worker to help those who are disabled, vulnerable, anyone that needs support? How can we get more people working?
Well, obviously, like, we've got this partnership with Senploy and the Butterfly Princess Send Initiative, and obviously, you know, we could maybe look at doing more about accessing the community, and I would be the champion of that, you know, because I'm happy to be the poster girl of that. So we could like do some promotional videos, promotional shots about going around different places and just seeing that, you know, you have got this disability, but, you know, different from anyone else. And when you're a support worker, you should encourage that person, you know, to come out of the shell and, you know, to experience things we want to experience. You know, if you want to go to a nightclub, then we'll take you to a nightclub. If you want to go to the theatre or see a ballet, then we'll go to a theatre show. If you want to have a weekend away somewhere, then we'll have a weekend away. And like maybe things like that. So I'm willing to be the real poster girl for this, in connection with Senploy and doing other things around that, especially around relationships as well, romantic relationships, because I'm a big believer that people with disabilities should experience romantic relationships, heartache, you know, love and all that, the right to have a family. So I want to really champion this initiative along with Senploy, if they'll let me.
I think we've unlocked, that seems to be our theme of the day, doesn't it? Unlocking. And I think we've unlocked there lots and lots of different topic ideas. And what I'd like to do is really invite anyone that's viewing this video that has any specialist knowledge in those areas of what Steph was talking about, as a specialist, as a relationship sort of counsellor with disabled people, anyone that does have holidays for disabled people, and enables that access to be able to happen easily. If anyone out there is able to provide information on that and support, please connect with Steph and myself, and I'm sure we can really do some really amazing stuff for people who do need our help. So it's so insightful, Steph, talking to you. Always is. And I just really like to sort of sum up with some some takeaways that people can have a think about. And I've really got from today that you're missing accessing the community because of COVID, and you're desperate to get back out there, desperate to start socializing, because that's really good for your confidence. And I speak here as you being sort of the advocate for all those people who might feel exactly the same as you at the moment. So fingers crossed, soon enough, we'll all be back out there. Life will resume to normal as far as possible. I think it's also looking at when you have the barriers that are in place in life, and that goes for anybody. It's about knocking those down and challenging them, taking them on. And if you do need a support worker to help you with that, or any sort of support, call on that support. Why would you not? Why would you keep willing to make your life difficult? Support there.
And another thing, well, when people see the people with disabilities or SEND need support, we always refer to it, oh, you need a carer. Now, to me, I hate the word carer because it's a very derogatory term to me, because you feel like that you need care from someone, like you're a very small child. But to me, I don't need a carer. I just need somebody to give me a bit of extra support with my dressing, my showering, things that maybe able-bodied people can do, but I can't because of my disability. It doesn't mean that I need a carer. So I think we all need to work as well to change the terminology and get rid of this derogatory term carer.
I think so as well, Steph. I think there's no shame in asking for some support. And I think it takes a very incredible person to be the person that provides that support as well. So I think there's lots and lots that we can take from today's session. And I think looking at you as a champion for or being the poster girl for all those individuals out there who do need additional support in life, be it with their business and you need to help them with that, or be it with as you say, dressing, access and community, whatever it may be. And again, I think we touched on this last week. The key word for me here is encouragement. And every person, irrespective of ability, disability, whatever, everyone needs to be encouraged.
Yeah, and basically, just to finish off, we all have we all have that locked door, whether it be in the workplace or accessing the community, and it's about finding the right people who you feel comfortable with, who can support you, because that's the biggest lesson I took from when I was abused. That person who was abusing me from a very young age was keeping me locked away. They weren't unlocking that door, and then I found as I moved away from that, I found that key to unlock. So it's about finding the right people who are supportive, who will have that key to unlock that door.
Yeah, brilliant. So find the key to the door, knock down your barriers, keep the encouragement, and if you need support, don't forget to ask for it.
Yes.
Brilliant. Well, it's been, again, a fantastic session, Steph, and I really hope that we jointly are helping people with what we're doing here. And I can't wait for next week, where we're going to talk about your transition to adulthood and the support required during that phase. And it could be quite an in-depth session, so I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steph. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.